There was a boy who knocked on every house in our neighborhood, always after midnight, always alone. He never asked for help. He never said his name. He would simply knock, wait, and leave. Most people ignored him. Some called the police. Others thought it was just a prank, until the morning they discovered someone from the house had disappeared. It happened to 3 families. Then he knocked on ours. My name is Claire. I was 17 when this happened. My parents had just moved us into a quiet subdivision on the edge of town. It looked peaceful. Clean streets, perfect lawns, friendly neighbors, the kind of place where everyone knew everyone, or at least that's what I believed. The first week, everyone warned us about only one thing. If someone knocks after midnight, don't answer. Nobody explained why. Nobody laughed after saying it. Even the children went quiet whenever it was mentioned. I assumed it was another neighborhood ghost story. I wish it had been. 3 nights later, I woke up. 3 slow knocks. Knock, knock, knock. Not loud, not urgent, just patient. I checked my phone. 12:41 a.m. The knocking came again. Dad woke up. He walked toward the front door. Mom immediately grabbed his arm. "No!" Her voice trembled. "Don't!" Dad frowned. "It's probably some kid," Mom whispered. "That's exactly what they want you to think." Nobody moved. After nearly a minute, the knocking stopped. Silence returned. The next morning, our neighbor's house was surrounded by police cars. Their elderly grandfather had vanished overnight. His front door was still locked from the inside. Dad bought a security camera. If someone comes back, we'll know. 2 nights later, the knocking returned. Exactly 12:41. Nobody answered. We watched the camera feed from the living room. Standing on our porch was a little boy, maybe 10 years old, short black hair, pale skin, barefoot, wearing a faded yellow raincoat, even though it wasn't raining. His head stayed lowered, his face hidden. He knocked 3 times, then stood perfectly still, not moving, not breathing, not even swaying in the wind. 5 minutes passed. He slowly turned and walked away. The next morning, Dad replayed the footage. My blood turned cold. The camera had recorded the entire porch, the entire front yard, the street, the mailbox, everything except the boy. The knocking could be heard perfectly, but the porch was completely empty. That afternoon, I visited our elderly neighbor, Mrs. Alvarez. She had lived there for 40 years. When I mentioned the boy, she immediately locked her front door. Then she told me something I still can't forget. He doesn't visit people, he visits houses. I frowned. What does that mean? She slowly opened an old newspaper. The headline was over 30 years old. 4 children missing from the same street. Every missing child had lived in our neighborhood. Every family reported hearing 3 knocks. Then she pointed at a faded black and white photograph. Standing beside the police officers was the same little boy, same raincoat, same age, exactly the same. The photograph was taken 32 years ago. That night, none of us slept. We sat together in the living room, watching the clock. 12:41. Knock, knock, knock. The sound echoed through the entire house. Nobody moved. Then another knock, this time from the back door. Then the kitchen window. Then the hallway wall. Knock, knock, knock. The sound was moving inside the house, closer, slower, until it stopped outside my bedroom. I couldn't breathe. Something gently tapped 3 times on my bedroom door. Then a little boy's voice whispered, "Claire, I know you're awake." My father opened the bedroom door. Nothing. The hallway was empty. Every window was locked. Every door was still bolted. We moved away 2 weeks later. Nobody in our family ever spoke about that house again until last year. I was visiting a friend in another city. While walking through her neighborhood, I noticed a flyer taped to a telephone pole. Missing boy, age 10, last seen wearing a yellow raincoat. My hands started shaking because the photograph wasn't new. The paper was fresh, but the boy looked exactly the same, not 1 day older. A month ago, someone uploaded security camera footage online. The title read, "Strange Boy Knocking at 12:41 a.m." Thousands of people watched it. Most said they couldn't see anyone, only hear knocking. I could see him, standing on the porch, looking directly into the camera, smiling. Then, just before the video ended, he slowly turned his head toward whoever was watching and whispered, "I'll visit your house next." If someone knocks after midnight, count to 3, and whatever you do, don't answer.